Hey, it's your girl here, Beverly, and I'm back with another episode of my video podcast, Slow Your Roll, Girlfriend. I'm coming to you from my comfortable red couch. You know, Jada Pinkett Smith has her red table talk. Well, I like talking from this red couch. It is really, really comfortable. Today, I want to talk about death. You know, we're in our 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, and by now we all probably know someone who has passed away. Could have been a loved one, a coworker, a family member, etc. But what do you do when an ex dies? An ex lover, an ex husband? Well, 3 years ago, in 2017, the day before Valentine's Day, I got a phone call from my daughter. She was hysterical and she was crying, and I really couldn't quite understand what was going on. And in the course of listening to her, I learned that her father, who was my ex husband, had passed away. And I, at the time, I just couldn't shed any emotion. I mean, although we lived in the same city, we had not seen each other in years. And the divorce did not end well. We didn't end on good terms. So it just didn't really hit me in such a way that I felt like I needed to cry about it. But I did promise to support her in, whatever she decided to do because she was his only child that I know about. And she would be the one that would have to make any type of funeral arrangements or memorial arrangements, etc. So I told her that, yeah, I'll help you in any way that I can, just to show my support for my daughter. And I did. She did have a little memorial service where she contacted his family members who came up to the area. And we all said some words about him. And that was the end of that. And then a couple of months later, when I was alone, I got to thinking about our relationship and, you know, what happened over the years, how we met, which was pretty funny. And because he was actually engaged to someone else when we met, but that's neat. That's another story. And then I started looking at some old photo albums and all the places that we went and the places that we took our daughter and all the fun we had. And then I thought about the times when we would get up early in the morning and take one side of the bridge. We lived in a little community that had a bridge, and we'd run each side of the bridge. That's as a part of our, wake up and get fit in the morning. And and I thought, you know what? It really wasn't bad in those 17 years totally, but it got bad at the end. And it got so bad at the end that even in his death, I found it hard to just be sad. But then I thought again, perhaps what I need to do at that moment was to forgive myself for the role I played in the destruction of the marriage. Because here's the thing, if you're in a relationship with someone and that relationship ends, okay, you can say all you want about all the things that they did to you, but trust me, they have a story too. And if you dig down deep in your heart and are real with yourself, you will find, yes, these are the things that I did that resulted in the dissolution of this marriage. And so I had to do that. I had to process that. I had to own up to the things that I did that led to the end. And once I did that, I was okay. And yeah, I shed a tear or two, just kind of, I guess, as a part of the closure. Uh, but just to say this is that when you lose someone that you had been involved with intimately, and you're no longer speaking, or, whatever the case might be, It's okay to grieve for them. It really is okay. And you probably should, because how it ended up is not how it started. And it would be terrible if all you remembered was the negative stuff that happened. Because, as I said before, there were some good times. And I did laugh a lot too. So I do want to leave you with this quote from Ernest Hemingway, because I just think that it is so timely for this particular podcast. And it says, every man's life ends the same way. It is only the details of how he lived and how he died that distinguishes him from another. And that's by Ernest Hemingway. Okay, that's going to do it for this edition of Slow Your Roll, girlfriend. So remember, if an ex dies, don't get all crazy and go ballistic and whatever. And on the other end of this, too, don't grieve too long.